morning everyone, my name is Taran, but I go by Dinavati because I use art making to forge growth and renewal, and today I'm going to be working on my small business. There are a couple of items I have on the agenda. The main one is I want to paint a bunch of planters to sell in my shop. They did pretty well the last time I did those, so I wanted to try to do twice as many this time. I did 3 before that they sold really quickly, and now I want to try to do 6, which is going to be a lot of time painting, but I'm looking forward to it. I also have some plants that I sold because I sell houseplants alongside my art, just as kind of like a hobby angle to the larger business. I just do it for fun. So I need to pack those, and then I also need to do a little bit of business back end. First thing I'm gonna do is get started on the planters because the seal coat needs to dry for a couple of days before I can actually start painting, so it's better to get the ball rolling on that while I do other things. I'm going to do acrylic paintings on terracotta planters. I have the 6 planters that I want to paint already, but only 2 of them have dishes, so before we start working on the varnish, I'm gonna head out the door real quick and go buy some more terracotta dishes. I'm back home now with those terracotta dishes. We tried Michael's first because they usually have them there really cheap, but they were out of stock, so then we went to Lowe's. They were a little more expensive there, but we found them, and it's terracotta, so it's not like it's gonna be that expensive anyway. So before I start varnishing them, I'm gonna sponge them off to get any particulates off that can keep the varnish from adhering properly. Before I do that, I'm going to unbox the varnish because it just came in today. This is actually a grow light that I need to replace because I had one of my grow lights burn out. And here's the varnish. Liquitex matte acrylic. I'm going to use it as an undercoat to seal the terracotta before putting any kind of paint. Then I'm going to put gesso over that, and then the painting, and then more of this to seal it. So by the time I'm done, the paintings should be nice and waterproof, and the terracotta will be stronger for having the pores filled in more by this, and they will make some really lovely pieces. It's been a few days now. I wanted to get this done sooner, but I got caught up doing work for my remote job for the past few days, so getting back to it now. I hope you all can see me and what I'm doing. Eventually, I want to replace this dresser next to me with an adjustable standing desk where it will be easier to pack orders, but all in good time. So right now I have some plant orders to ship, 5 to be exact, and one of them is my first ever order from my Etsy shop, which I started 2 months ago. I wanted to avoid making an Etsy shop, but I realized it was going to be the best platform for actually selling artwork until I have an audience of my own. And I know that there are people on Etsy interested in my work because 2 of my original paintings have been in carts for a while, and I'm hoping that now that I'm about to get my first review, that those potential buyers will become more comfortable about pulling the trigger. So, wish me luck there. First, I'm going to be packing up this sedum, which will be going to Dina. So, thanks to Dina for your order. I'm cutting up these binder sleeves because I'm going to use them to attach the nursery certs to the outside of the box. And I'm also going to put a little freebie for the buyer on the inside with the box, and I'm gonna protect that freebie in these. I've had these binder sleeves for a long time and I don't use them for anything. Seemed like a really good way to make use of them. Okay, that should be enough sleeves. So this unidentified sedum is first up, again from Dina. Thank you, Dina. This one's going to be a little tricky to package because it drops leaves easily when you touch it. Like, they just snap off really quickly, and I don't want my buyer to receive a bald stick, basically. A bald stick and a pile of leaves. So I have to troubleshoot a little bit. Yeah, see that? Just snap right off. I think I want to use this instead of paper, because it might be a little gentler. I'm gonna cut it first though. If you're wondering why I'm selling plants with this being an art channel, I just keep plants for a hobby, and eventually my collection got big enough that trying to sell them on e-commerce was just kind of an opportunistic move. Kind of just made sense to do it, and I don't really like keeping more. I don't really like keeping more than one of each kind of plant. With a few exceptions, I generally prefer having variety. But I also like propagating for fun, like as an activity, just for the sake of propagating. So what am I going to do with those propagations if I don't want multiple plants? Well, sell them. Why not? Also, a lot of the art that I make is of plants because I do find plants very inspiring. And also, I feel like decor in any space, office, home, wherever, I feel like plants and art go together. I feel like a space isn't really complete with just one or the other, in my opinion. I really, really hope that my lovely buyer, Dina, does not receive a bald plant. This is an extremely hardy plant. If it did lose all of its leaves, it'll grow back like nothing, but it is the most touch delicate plant that I've ever tried to ship. But this should hopefully do the trick. As of yet, I have repurposed all of my packaging, all the boxes and padding material. Whenever I get to such a point that I'm having a lot of really regular sales, I'll probably order boxes in bulk that are more custom sized rather than just trying to find whatever boxes in my basement are the most conducive size. But for now, there's no reason not to just be a little more environmentally friendly. So these are a couple of little prints. Some machine plate prints I ordered. They are the illustrations of a book I illustrated that got published at the end of 2024. Book of poetry by a very good friend of mine, very talented poet. And I've been including these prints as freebies in my plant orders. I have the most of this one. I ordered this one because I love it for the three-dimensionality. It's just a ball and chain. The book of poetry is called The Art of Escape, and all the illustrations are like escape art and stunt devil themed. So I think I'm going to choose this one for Dina. And the sleeve like so. That way, if any dirt or there won't be any water come off of the plant because it's a succulent, and I don't pre-water succulents when I ship them. But if any dirt gets out, the sleeve will protect it. Okay, and each one I will handwrite a thank you note. Again, when I have more orders, I'll probably order thank you cards in bulk and then just sign them. For now, I handwrite cards, but I'm going to write the cards all together at the end. Okay, so that's sedum for Dina. Next, begonia incarnata for Alex. This is the classic metallic begonia. Sometimes it's sold as begonia metallica. And for Alex, ball and chains on top, so I'll do that one again. Next is this order for Erin. She got 2 plants, both of those begonias. Packing orders is much more efficient when they have multiple at once, which is just one more reason to be grateful for having several orders. Okay, let's figure out what box will fit both of these. When I get reviews, people usually note that my packaging is really good, and I take that very, very seriously. Here's the print that I'm choosing for Erin. It's one of my favorite illustrations from the book. Thank you so much, Erin. Okay, one more left to pack. Monstera Silta Picana for Randy. It's a pretty good looking plant. I'm pretty proud of that. I try to package all my plants to keep all the soil in place, because when I order plants and there's soil all over the box, I personally hate that. It's annoying, it's messy, sometimes like so much soil has fallen off of the plant that it's bare rooted. Like, I really try to avoid that. Yeah, this should work. Randy, for you, the print I'm going to choose is this one. This is a drawing of Houdini, based on an actual historical photograph of Houdini. Houdini. Okay, beautiful. That one is going to Randy. Now I'm going to go ahead and handwrite all the notes. Okay, all that's left to do will be to print out the shipping labels and the nursery certificates, which I will do at the library. Before I get cleaned up, I wanted to show you these up close. These little plant shipping stickers that I got in bulk on Amazon, and I love them. I think they're very adorable, and they're pretty. Like, they're elegant and simple. They're not too over the top or anything. And I've really enjoyed putting these on my boxes. All right, I'm gonna go get cleaned up now. With the order packing out of the way, I am now going to start varnishing the terracotta that I want to paint. The last time I painted planters, I used dishwasher safe Mod Podge, but that takes a whole month to cure versus 24 hours per layer for this. So, and it's matte instead of glossy, which I prefer. So I'm gonna get to that now. Oh, and you can see the painting behind me upside down. That's the painting that I did in my last studio vlog. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it. I'm very proud of that video. And the reason it's upside down is because I painted the top or the bottom edge, and now that's drying. So pretty soon I'll be able to hang that up in my living room. It's been a few days and I got all of the layers of matte varnish onto these planters. I'm really impressed with it. You can't even tell it's there. If you look really closely, you can kind of see the brush strokes, but as far as color and sheen, it's like it isn't there at all, which is exactly what I wanted. I've been really depressed lately, you guys. I gotta be honest. It's definitely a pajamas, no makeup kind of day. I keep avoiding getting out of bed just to avoid starting the day, which never feels good. But I did eat and I did avoid going out to get myself ice cream despite how much I wanted to. And I did stretch and exercise, not very much, just enough to loosen my muscles and get my blood pumping. So, trying to prioritize self care and productivity despite how I've been feeling. Not my first rodeo, so I know it'll be okay. And I went to bed at like 9:30 last night and didn't get up until 3 just because I was avoiding like, moving and facing any of the things that I want to get done, which, isn't great, but those days happen and I'm better at making the most of however much of the day I have when I do get up instead of just writing it all off as a wasted day, which is something that I used to do. So I'm not letting the fact that I didn't get a sooner start like ruin the afternoon that I have. And it is a really pretty day actually. Anyway, I'm just letting you know because it's an honest look at life and being a self-employed artist doesn't really free you from a lot of the problems that a lot of people have. So, um, but that's okay. It's a genuine look at how things go sometimes, and that's all right. Um, so now that the varnish is fully cured on these planters, I'm gonna go in with a layer of gesso, and that might end up being 2 layers. Also, I'm gonna start with the first layer right now. And then when that's drying, I'm going to start designing some of the paintings that are going to go onto these planters. Please excuse how messy my studio is. I spent all of yesterday, a good 8-hour day, finalizing the sketches of the paintings that I want to put on these planters, which are now fully gessoed. The sketches are here on tracing paper. I drew them in my sketchbook, and then I turned them into line drawings, and then I transferred those line drawings to the tracing paper. It's a begonia right there. That's the one I'll be starting with. And I'll be using the tracing paper to transfer it to the planters. I'm excited for this one. That's Encyclia cochleata. That's a type of orchid that I actually just added to my collection. That one will be fun to paint. Here's a lipstick plant. So I'm hoping that these planters won't take any more time than a day each, because just as far as charging for how long these take me, these are already going to be pretty expensive, but I still want them to be accessible. So hopefully I can keep these down to a day each so that I don't have to charge too much more. But it's gonna go like that. And then the band on the outside will continue all the way around. I have my tea steeping. I'm going to get my paint mixed and my music turned on, and it should be a really fun day in the studio here.
Power on. Auxiliary.
So I just finished up that first planter a couple days ago now. I'm waiting for the paint to completely cure before I can do the varnish. And while I was waiting, I started on some business back end that I've been wanting to get done. I'm pretty excited about this. Here, I will show you. So here is my computer screen, and I just decided to design some new thank you cards because I've been handwriting all of the thank you cards in all of my online orders, which is nice, but it's starting to feel like a silly way to keep hurting my wrist when I'm writing the same thing over and over. I thought of the thank you cards for another one of my favorite business owners. Her name is Monica Razak. She is also on YouTube. She owns Monica's Collective. She does sewn goods and candles and other like sustainable handmade home goods. And she changed her business cards to be like on one side there's like one of three prints that people can collect so that people feel more inclined to keep the thank you card. For her, she decided to do like these encouraging like proverbs as like the print, and then here's the back, which is all typed out, but then you can write in the customer's name. And I really liked the idea of doing the collectible art print, and I thought that the format was also just like really good and really there. So I took the format uh, and made it my own. So here I'll show you my screen again. This is what I designed for the actual thank you portion. You can write in the person's name there. Um, I'm not pretending that I didn't copy Monica's format because I did, but it's very much my own. It's my own design, my own colors, my own fonts. These red bits here are hand painted that I digitally edited to be able to drop them in there. I actually just used Microsoft Paint to do this because I don't have the Adobe suite. I'm not really planning on spending the money on it right now either. So this is what I came up with. And then for my prints on the back that you can like collect, it's one each of my botanical paintings. And I'm just going to order these through Staples to get like the minimum amount of each of the three. It'll be like $100 total. I'm not going to order them right now because my website's about to renew, and that's going to be about $300. So I'm just going to let that happen first, and then think about this in another couple of weeks. But I have the design, and I'm very happy with it. And shout out to Monica for having like such a great idea for a thank you card. I kind of hope she'll see this video and see how she has inspired other business owners and artists. I want to make it very clear that like I'm copying the concept, but not her design or content or anything like that. Like this poor woman had her actual products stolen by other businesses, and I'm not doing that here. And I feel like the distinction between her card and mine is very clear. It's just like the format that I've applied to my own brand and my own work. So if you're gonna copy another artist, like that's how you do it ethically. You can copy the idea, copy the format, but it needs to be your own design, your own content. So yeah, thank you, Monica, if you're watching this, for the really great idea with the thank you cards. And I've obviously kept mine from the last time I ordered a candle. I'm excited to get those ordered, but that'll have to be for another day. And in the meantime, I'm glad that the design is out of the way. And that brings me to the magnum opus for this episode, which is this fully finished painted planter. Are you ready to see the design? Fully finished? I don't know if you're ready. It's pretty great. Wait for it. Check that out. I must say I am very proud of that. It took a long time. I was really hoping that I could finish the entire planter in the course of a day. That did not happen. It took more like 2 days and then like a third day of nitpicking at like the straight lines, which could make it more complicated to do like a full set of these. Definitely something for me to think about. But one of the cool things about this is that I can actually make multiples of each design because I still have the tracing paper that I can transfer on. Each one will come out a little bit different because I'm still hand painting it. I'm still mixing up the colors from scratch. I'm good at color matching, but there's still going to be some inevitable variation. But they really are time consuming. But I think these have a lot of potential in my shop. I think they're gorgeous. I think a lot of people, a lot of plant lovers with a taste for art would kill to have these. So what I'm planning on doing is I'm going to finish the other 5 in another vlog at this point. I want to just finish up this vlog and get to editing. But at some point I'm going to do, well, not some point, soon, I'm going to finish the other 5. And then I'm going to try to, like, list them for pre-sale, I think. When I varnish these, like I'm gonna do the acrylic matte varnish, but then on top of that, I'm going to do dishwasher safe Mod Podge because the matte varnish isn't exactly waterproof. It's water resistant, but the Mod Podge is actually waterproof. But that Mod Podge takes a full month to cure. So I'm thinking I'll do one of each, list them for pre-sale, maybe like at most let people like have 4 or 5 spots for each design that people can order, like no more than 4 or 5 total of each. And I'll just see how that pre-order goes so that I know that there's demand for it before I put a whole ton of work into these. But I'm excited for that. If you want to keep an eye out for that pre-sale, you can sign up for my newsletter. The link is in the description. I'll also be announcing it in subsequent YouTube videos, so if you want to subscribe, that'll be a good way to stay informed about the potential pre-sale of these two. I'm very proud of like the color combo, honestly. It's just so pretty. This is Begonia Capua suluensis, by the way. It's a very coveted begonia right now. It's like it's blue for the same reason that the blue oil fern is blue, and it has pink flowers and stems, so it's like it's definitely an eye catcher, and it's a very gorgeous cane begonia, and it's a finikier one. I have one. It's still alive somehow. It needs very high humidity, but mine also started rotting in its terrarium, so it's a little touch and go at the moment. But with it on the planter, you can have anything in the planter and also enjoy the begonia on the planter without having to worry about taking care of it if it's a harder one for you, because it's definitely a harder one and not exactly cheap. A lot of people don't want to spend a lot of money on a plant that's hard to keep alive. Whereas, you know, a painting is a much more stable investment in that sense, if you will. So yeah, that's the plan. Sign up for the newsletter, subscribe, keep an eye out for that pre-sale if you're interested in more planters like this, including this specific one. And thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this Planty art vlog, and I hope that you'll like and subscribe and leave a comment. Feel free to ask me any questions in the comments. My website's in the description, so you can check out all my everything I have available, all my work. I also have my Etsy linked. I'm on eBay and Mercari as well. So yeah, just check out my work, and thanks for being here, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye, lovely humans.